Cool, all right. Here we are. All of you nice people in the room have a sheet of paper with red writing on it. Does this say getting ready for the February 8th test? Is today still January? Put those away. I have simply given you this because I have been absent, you have been absent, maybe a lot of you have been absent, not all of you. So for the next week, you will know what will be tested on. We still have more teaching to do. But I want it to be extremely, I can't get the word, clear as to what will be tested and what will not be tested. So those can go away. That's just giving you all sorts of advanced warning. I was a little nervous because Mr. Maliki is testing on Wednesday and Thursday. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I'm a whole week behind, or almost a whole week behind. But then I thought of this, Friday is flex day, no new material, Monday, we're actually just 2 days behind him. And considering all of my absences, it's good that we're doing this. So, on Tuesday tomorrow, would you all forget about graphs and multiplicity and all this kind of stuff? Tomorrow is one and only one thing on a 25-point quiz, and it is factoring. We have been factoring all year. We've done it all year. We've done some little, we've been doing it a lot. In my absence, we've been doing it. All of the difficult problems have had factoring in them. So forget about multiplicity graphs for the next 25 hours. You're just going to You're just going to study up on factoring. And here are the factorings that you'll be asked to know tomorrow. You'll be asked to know, and I've got some examples I want to bring. Okay, that's going to be put away pretty soon, I bet. Let me write down. And how about you write this down too? Let's not just watch, let's practice with. All right. This would be by grouping. By grouping. One of those worksheets you have that you could have picked up if you didn't have factoring by grouping. This we have done all year long. All year long. In a little group of 2 and a little group of 2. And we say what is in common? There's a 4 goes into both, and x squared goes into both. All right, there are 2 x's that came outside. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4 divided by 4 is -1. All the x's are outside. If this is a negative, almost always you're going to pull out a negative something. And in fact, there's a number that goes into 50 and 25, and that answer is -25. Negative divided by negative is positive 2x. Negative divided by negative, positive 1. Then it becomes 4x squared minus 25 and 2x minus 1. Okay, we might not be done. Because this is a square minus a square. It's a square minus a square, which is a special kind of factoring. It's a special kind of factoring. I'm going to write this up higher so everyone back can see. A special kind of factoring What is the square minus a square? One's a plus, one's a minus. You just look and you go 2x, and 25 is 5 and 5. This friend just gets written down. Factoring by grouping we've been doing all year. Difference of two squares you've done in previous years. I have mentioned it a handful of times in the last few days. All right. How about I be quiet for a minute and have you work on this one. Did I make a poor problem? Would you please change this last to a plus? It would have been a plus had I done it correctly. My bad. The original problem would have been a plus. Sorry about that. Feel free to come back 5th and 6th hour and I won't make that mistake because I made it for you. So then you bring out -4, negative by negative is positive, positive divided by negative is negative. You are not done because it's got a square minus a square. A square minus a square is a special one. Just x plus 2x minus 2. And the other one hangs in there. For the next 48.5 hours, forget about the graphs, forget about multiplicity, forget about synthetic division. Only for the next 24.5 hours is it going to be factoring. By the way, if your calculator has a factoring app on it, you will get an F. No, you won't. You'll get a 0 if you use it. There might be a couple calculators that have a factoring app. You may not use it if there is one. All right. We've talked about this all year. Multiplies to be 44, adds to be -15. You may use basic calculator facts. So I'm going to do 1 times 44. And since I'm adding, I can see it'll have to be negatives. That doesn't add up, so I'm just going to go nicely in order. I'm going 1, 2. 44 divided by 2 is 22. Cool. All right. 3 does not go into 44. 4 and 11. Negative 4 times negative 11 does multiply to be positive 44, does add to be negative 15. When there is a 1 as your leading coefficient, you may just jump to the answer and write x minus 4, x minus 11. X is not a square. X is not a square, so you cannot go any further. All right. Please try this one. I'll try to be quiet for a minute. I found that 4 and 10 worked. When there is a leading coefficient of 1, you may jump to your answer. Cool. Well, I learned something last hour. I am recording now on QuickTime, and my recordings are not allowed to go over 15 minutes.